This might be one of the biggest mistakes involving a Kenyan techpreneur in recent years.
James Ayugi.
James Ayugi, one of Kenya's most prominent techpreneurs and the CEO of Webmasters Kenya, the company that developed the eCitizen platform, has been banned from taking up World Bank projects for 5 years. The World Bank says Ayugi and his company committed fraud and obstruction in connection with World Bank-funded projects in Somalia. But how did this happen? The case goes back to 2 World Bank-funded projects in Somalia. The first was a 429 million shillings core project, signed in February 2016 to support Somalia's private and financial sector.
The second was a 1.69 billion shilling scaled-up project signed in April 2019 to expand digital, financial, and government services, particularly for women entrepreneurs. Both initiatives aim to help the Somali government to have a single business registration system. And in November 2018, Ayugi signed a 42.9 million shilling contract under the project on behalf of a 3-company consortium. Webmasters won the contract under that project directly with Somalia's project office and without competitive bidding. Pay attention, because this is where the allegations at the center of the sanctions begin. When Webmasters submitted its technical proposal in 2020, it named 2 key experts and included signed certificates confirming that they were available to work on the project. According to the sanctions board, Ayugi signed those certificates. During contract negotiations in September 2020, he again confirmed that the experts were available and their names and CVs were included in the final contract. But in 2022, both experts told World Bank investigators that they had never agreed to this. They said they did not know they had been listed, had not authorized the use of their CVs, and had never worked on the project. The issue involved about 12.7 million shillings in payments meant for the 2 experts. The sanctions board concluded that it was likely that Ayugi misled Somalia's project office to help Webmasters win and retain the contract. Webmasters argued that it had acted in good faith and believed the experts were available, calling the false statements administrative and unintentional errors.
The board rejected that explanation, saying Webmasters provided no evidence to support it. But that was not the only finding. In November 2022, World Bank investigators requested company records, contracts, accounting documents, and correspondence. According to the decision, investigators sent 10 reminder emails, held 2 video calls, and granted 2 deadline extensions. When Webmasters eventually submitted documents in January 2023, much of what had been requested, including accounting records and invoices, was still missing. 4 more follow-up emails sent between February and March went unanswered. Webmasters, on the other hand, blamed ordinary record-keeping limitations associated with a startup, but the board disagreed. According to them, Webmasters had been operating for more than 10 years with 100 permanent employees, worked in more than 10 countries, and had earned nearly 124.8 million shillings across 3 World Bank-linked contracts. That's hardly a startup. And because the offenses by Webmasters and Ayugi were treated as 2 separate offenses, the penalties were multiplied, not merged. The board increased the sanction, citing Ayugi's direct role in the misconduct as Webmasters CEO and majority shareholder. Now, Ayugi has given his own account in a brief post on LinkedIn. Ayugi said the work was completed and handed over to a local Somali company to operate, and described it as one of the projects he remains most proud of.
According to him, Webmasters' mistake was failing to formally notify the World Bank that some of the staff originally proposed for the project had moved on to other opportunities during implementation and were replaced by other qualified people already on the team. However, for now, Ayugi and Webmasters cannot be awarded or benefit from any World Bank financed contract until June 7, 2031. To be reinstated, they must demonstrate that they have adopted a credible integrity compliance program acceptable to the World Bank and its affiliates.